Hey guys, what is going on today? Bojo here, and we are back for our NHL 16 BGM following the Philadelphia Flyers. As we currently sit here at today's trade deadline at 31-25-6, severely falling off from where we left off on 2 previous episodes ago where we were leading the division, but now the Flyers have definitely fallen off in the division and at the foot of the Eastern Conference. So penalty kill went down, power play I think has gone up, but yeah, the goal scoring has just not been what it has been for the past couple things. The Phams, on the other hand, are doing perfectly fine. They're 36-17-4. They're first place in their division. So good thing is we don't have to worry about Lehigh Valley anytime soon. But as for possible trades that we could make at the trade deadline, there were some names that were popping up in the comments section, 2 of which being Joe Thornton and Patrick Marleau. Now, like I said before, guys, I was one who said I would not mind if we were a bad team this year and didn't make the playoffs. However, maybe making a trade for guys like Patrick Marleau and Joe Thornton without giving up too much of our future and possibly still giving us a chance to maybe win, get a playoff push or get a playoff spot would not be the end of the world. So if we take a look at Detroit, because that's where Patrick Marleau is, I would rather go after Patrick Marleau than I would Joe Thornton. As you guys can see, Marleau's trade value is definitely not that great up there. He's 37 years old, obviously, as second-line forward. Really good offensive category. Defensively, pretty solid as well. He's got 25 points so far this year, which is a little bit more than some of the guys on our team. And I was, I'm considering picking up Patrick Marleau here, so I'm going to put him on the trade block. Now, as for who I would trade away to get Patrick Marleau on the team, I think it would have to be Michael Raffl. Now, the reasoning behind trading Michael Raffl would be, one, even though he does have 19 points, which is pretty good, 9 goals, 10 assists, 2.4 for another 2 years, and once Marleau's contract is up, we don't have to worry about that because that's $6 million eaten off them. Detroit would appreciate that. The low, he's got chemistry with a good bit of players on our squad, but he's losing morale. I don't think he's working out well in that second line at all, just because Sean Couturier and Braden Shen are getting the majority of the points and Raffl is not. So I would possibly move Michael Raffl out of here to get in an 87 overall second line player, which is obviously 4 overalls greater than what Michael Raffl is at. And honestly, I don't think it jeopardizes our future too much because Raffl's 28, and he's not going to be getting any younger. I don't think his overall is going to get any higher than maybe like 83, 82, around that range. So, plus his trade value is pretty decent right now. So I think trading a guy like Michael Raffl here would not be a bad idea. And as for what we would add on here, I think it would have to be a prospect of some sort because I don't want to use my draft picks. I think it would be one of these center prospects. I think we can get away with not giving away guys like in this range. I think if we give somebody in the range from Dove McFalls to Magaldi, I think that would be solid. So if I had to choose here, I think it would have to be either Samuel Dove McFalls or Gregor, who we give away here. Now let me finally look at the age on both of these guys. Dove McFalls 19 at 64, Gregor is 18 at 57. Both are considered AHL top 6 defensemen. Dove McFalls is a 2-way forward, so that's some good defense right there. And since we're giving away Raffl, keeping a 2-way forward would be good and beneficial. Gregor is a playmaker. He was drafted in the 6th round, 18 years old. I don't think I want to hold on to Noah Gregor, so I think I would give away Noah Gregor in this deal. Like I said, the Detroit Red Wings want to get rid of Patrick Marleau. I'm dealing away Michael Raffl. You guys can hold on to him. And you know what? I think this, like I said, it's a weird trade, but I think it works out for both teams. Detroit gets rid of a contract, and they dump some salary off, and we get a possibility of getting a better player than Michael Raffl, put him on the second line where he deserves to be had some playing time, and we still have a good chance of winning getting a playoff spot without jeopardizing pretty much anything on our team. We only give away a low-grade prospect for a rental player, and besides, that roster spot by Raffl will probably get taken up by Scott Laughton, I would think, next year, because if Laughton gets a nice little boost in the offseason, I will assume that he'll be a second liner. He'll probably get moved up, and then we'll do all the other roster moves associated with that. So let's see if this goes through. I think this is, it's kind of a trade that works out for both teams, and it doesn't really hurt anything either. So Michael Raffl, I'm sorry, bud, I love you. Every time you score a goal, gotta eat waffles, but No, I think this is time to say goodbye. So Michael Raffl and Noah Gregor for Patrick Marleau from the Detroit Red Wings. Will this go through? Yes, it did. Trade accepted. We believe this transaction will contribute to our success here in Detroit, so we're accepting your trade offer. Yep, so I assumed that we would be dealing with some low morale losses as for trading away Raffl, because he was definitely a guy in the locker room, but multiple morale changes have gone in the positive position for trading for Patrick Marleau. So let's edit up our lines here. We should definitely just insert Patrick Marleau right into the lineup here. Put him right there on the second line. No other changes are going to be made, so he takes Michael Raffl's spot right there on the second line. No other changes are going to be made, except I'm going to switch out Colin McDonald for Nick Cousins. A bunch of you guys were saying to do that since, you know, you don't have an issue with if your team does good or bad, so just play Cousins. Play Cousins and let him just ride it out for the rest of the season. So I agree. He still does have the more points than Colin McDonald does, so why not continue to run with that? So, that's that. I think I do want to put Marleau on the power play now. Special teams. Do we want to take Sam Gagner off the power play? I think we should. Because Marleau on there with Couturier, I think would be a good fit. So let's take Sam Gagner off the power play. Let's put Patrick Marleau in there onto the power play. Yeah, because that'll add another sniper on there. So that'll be pretty nice if we had another sniper down there on the power play with Brayden Schenn and Sean Couturier. So I think that'll add to it. We need to go to the 4-man power play. Those are fine. Raffl wasn't on the penalty kills. Extras though is what we need. 4-on-4 continues, so Sam Gagner and Patrick Marleau can get in there. Okay, Patrick Marleau can get in there. Cool. And nobody else on the extra attackers, nobody on the shootout, no lines, that's fine. And I think we're good to go. All right, so we're good for the team there. We made our one trade at the trade deadline. We do need to go to the player morales here, have some meetings with some players. Locker room chemistry is still at 86%, which is good. All right, Jake. I'm not happy that you chose to trade away Michael Raffl. It really changed the locker room for me. I'm sorry, man. It was a hard decision. I'm sorry it affected you that way. No effect on him. I'm not happy that you chose to trade away Michael Raffl. Let's see. Look, I think the trade... Wait, no, it was a hard decision. Sorry it affected you that way. No effect on Schenn. Being traded is a big change. I'll make you proud of your choice. All right, Patrick, let's see. We know you can bring a lot to this table, which is why we traded for you. Go prove it. Don't get complacent. Yeah, we know you can bring a lot to the table, which is why we traded for you. Go prove it. Negative effect. I don't know why that always has a negative effect. Never choose the last option. It seems. That's weird. Brandon Manning needs to have him. Yeah, whatever. Positive effect. I think he said he wasn't happy with his ice time, which is weird. So we'll consider making some changes down there, I guess. All right, so that's it. Marleau's inserted in there onto the power play, and I think we're just good to go, man. We are good to go to finish up the rest of the season. Whatever happens, happens. Let's just ride it out and exactly see what happens with this Flyers team. Hopefully no injuries. Pray to God no injuries. And just as I say that, Aaron Palushai, we'll just replace the player. I didn't see the date he was supposed to be back. So there we go. First game, win against Colorado. Let's go to player morale. Play El Morale. We can hold the team meeting. All right, Mark Straight. I'm not happy that he chose to trade away Michael Raffl. Yep, let's see. Look, hockey's a business. Sometimes you have to make decisions that are tough. No effect on morale. Nick Cousins. All right, I will bring my A game. You'll see. Glad to be here in the lineup. I'm happy you're back again. Let's move forward and win some games. Right, let's go, cuz. There you go. Let's go. Guess I'm disappointed in my ice time lately. Okay. Let's see. I know you've got what it takes to earn more ice time. Just stay positive for now. I need you to go out there and make me, prove it. Go out there and give me more minutes. Okay, or not. Fine, Colin. If you don't want the more minutes, that's fine. The media wrote us off before that one. However, we had a lot of pressure on us. Came through his space just like I knew we would. Just Patrick Marleau lost morale for that. Good. Marleau doesn't seem to be happy on the squad, but you know what? That's fine. We're still at 86 locker room chemistry, which is nice. Let's continue to move here. There's a win against the Rangers, loss against the Hurricanes. Okay, let's continue to move here against Michael Raffl. Palushai is available to play. Yeah, let's add up the lines here. Where was Palushai at? He was on the first line, so we can scratch Alderson. Yeah, let's get Palushai back in here. Alright, so let's just put Pelujai in there, and then I think he was only on the power plays, right? Pelujai's back in there on the power play. He should be inserted every place where, yeah, he should be inserted every place where Alderson was, so that's no issues there. Cool, we're cool to keep going here. There's another win over Detroit, which is good. We get a win over everybody's former teams. Okay, so where do we need to go? We are scouting forwards. I need to scout wingers this year. That's one thing I saw when I made that, when I was looking at my prospects. I have like no left wing prospects. So we've scouted the WHL, OHL, and QMJHL 1 times each. So let's go back to the WHL for another 6 weeks on forwards. Not really looking at goaltenders this year for this draft. There's another win, so we are 4-2 after the trade deadline, which is not bad. Taylor Lier's got a broken rib. His estimated turn is May 13th, so he's done for a while. All right, let's edit that up manually. So Taylor Lier's out for the broken rib. He's done for pretty much the rest of the year till May. So Bournemouth, you get moved up a line. Albe Kubel, you could get moved up a line. And that means I think we can put Goulbourne back in here. Let's see. Limbaum. Yep, we can put Tyrell Goulbourne back up in here. On all lines. That shouldn't affect anything. Let's see. Yeah, of course it does. Of course it does. I put substitute in all lines. It doesn't affect the extras. It only affects like the special teams I've noticed. No, because I had Lier on the power play. That's right. Okay, so yeah, that's what that substitute in all lines thing means. It substitutes that player in that player's lines. So we can just put Peter Straka on the power play right now next to Powell and Goulbourne. Oh, you know what, Goulbourne, fine. You could stay on the power play. I don't care. All right, that's fine there. That's fine. So we're 4-2. And Brandon Manning's been injured with a broken hand. His estimated return is May 1st. Wow, so he's gone too. All right, so now we're starting to deal with some injuries. They're not NHL injuries, but they're AHL injuries. Okay, so defensively, Morin, you get to move up a line, and that means we get to insert a defenseman into here, which means we can either put in Mark Alt. Is Mark Alt not playing? I thought he was. Aren't you right here? No, that's... Oh, Adam Comrie's playing. I don't know why Comrie's playing. Mark Alt should be playing. All right, so Alt, you can get back in here then. Substitute in all lines for him. Good, and we could just move right along. All right, so 4 games this week. Loss against Columbus. Loss against Arizona. Yep, so here come piling up the losses again. Go win 4 of 2 and then lose a couple more, so morale's kind of start to go down. I have to admit, I've been underperforming lately. Need you to produce, Jake. Come on. There you go. I see the front office making a lot of bonehead decisions as of late. Look, if you have something constructive to say, just say it. Negative effect. All right, McDonald's are really not enjoying our company right now. And we could hold a team meeting. Okay, so let's go over this. Pelujai team performance is really a non-issue. I'm happy with it. Yep. Things seem to be going good, except for the injury that you're on. Tyrell Goulbourne, good. You're back here in the lineup. Let's go in there, win some games. All right, Vandevelli. There are times I don't want to walk into the locker room. I'm happy with the group we have. Thanks for the input. No effect. Not playing is ever easy, but I'm ready to go. Once again, happy you're back. Let's win some games, Mark. Positive effect. Good. Okay, we can hold a team meeting in the AHL. Chuck up another win for the good guys. Who'd like to savor the moment, go celebrate the victory. Yep. AHL team is doing good. No morale loss. Good. Good team meeting there in the AHL. Seems like that second option is really working out for a lot of the team meetings and meetings. Jeez, this is a bad week for us. Yep. I think that might be it for Philly. A week like that is just a bone crusher, man. 4 losses in a row. Yep. Yep, I think we are going to be not a playoff team here. 37, 32, well, 38, 32, and 6. There are only 6 games left. 6 games left. The Flyers are in 5th place in the division, so we're not in a playoff spot. I don't think we're in a wild card spot either. So we currently have 82 points. Well, we are in line for that 3rd spot again. Columbus and Carolina both have 84, so it looks like we're going to be in a little bit of a tussle with those guys. What's the wild card at? Yeah, we're right in the thick of it, man. We're right in the thick of it. These games, these next couple of games are going to be huge. As Donald Trump would say, huge. They're going to be huge. All right, I think it's just all up down to these last couple of games here. 2 against the Islanders, 1 against Jersey and Carolina, which I think we're in a playoff spot for, which we are, and Winnipeg. All teams that are over a 500, so these are going to be some big games here. Big games, big games, big games. Plujai is injured with a concussion. His estimated return is April 29th. I'm just going to go replace the player. All right, let's do some in-game simulation, boys, for these last 6 games. Flyers need to do pretty well in them if they want to possibly make the playoffs here. So, tough teams to go up against, too. So, let's take it one game at a time, I guess. First period against the New York Islanders. 1-1, Wayne Simmons and John Tavares. All right, second period. Seconds, 3-1, Claude Giroux and Wayne Simmons. All right, 2-goal lead going into the third. 6-1, put up 3 more on there. Jake Voracek, Wayne Simmons, and Braden Shen. So, 1 game down and a 6-1 victory for the Philadelphia Flyers over the New York Islanders. That's 1 game down. 1 game down. All right, can the Flyers pull off a pretty good victory? This would be pretty nice if they can. All right, the New Jersey Devils, they're well under 500. This would be a game that the Flyers should win at home again. So here we go. First period against New Jersey, 3-1, 2-2, Henrique and Green. Wayne Simmons gets the only goal on Schneider. Second period, 4-2, Scott Lawton gets one, but then Johnson gets one on Mace. Third period, 5-3, Reed Boucher and Sam Gagner. So unfortunately, we dropped the one to the well under 500 New Jersey Devils. So that's not good. And now we're going to the New York Islanders. All right, let's go for the player morale again. Go for the player morales. All right, straight. Let's see. I'm feeling like I'm firing on all cylinders lately. Let's see. You can always do better. Don't rest on your laurels. Okay. Well, I picked the second option. No effect. I want to do the third one, locker room. All right, Mick. Let's see. Happy locker room leads to good things on the ice. No effect. AHL. Thinking the AHL just Goldborn. You know what? Let's see. Good. Thanks. Appreciate it. No effect on him. Fine. All right. So 83 locker room chemistry there. 85 in the NHL team. All right. So 1-1 so far. I think we would need to win maybe like 3, maybe even all of them. I don't know. All right. So here we go up against the Islanders in Brooklyn. First period, 0-0. Second period, 0-0. Third period, 2-1. Evgeny Medvedev and Mark Streit gets an empty netter with 1:05 left to go in the third. Clutterbuck got one late, but the Flyers still hold on to another 2-1 win over the New York Islanders in regulation. So there we go. That's 2 wins over the Islanders. Now we got to go up against the Tampa Bay Lightning, who are 45, 25, and 9. All right, let's look at the standings here. Flyers are still in 5th, chasing Columbus and freaking Carolina. We say 86 points. We still have a game in hand on them, though, so we can tie with Columbus. But what is the clinch a playoff spot in Lehigh Valley, which is nice. What's the wild card sitting at? Wild card's like 86. So yeah, we gotta win out our games. We gotta win out these 3 games. Need to win them out to have any sort of chance. If we lose any 2 of these games against Tampa, we pretty much shoot ourselves in our own foot here. All right, so this is a big game against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Here we go. First period against Tampa, 1-0, Victor Hedman. Second period, 2-1, Brian Boyle, Jacob Voracek. Third period, 4-1. Nope. That might be it, boys. Jonathan Drouin gets one on Steve Mace, and that might just, give up our playoff hopes here. This is a 4-point night right here against the Carolina Hurricanes. So if we want to have any sort of chance, they're 4 points ahead of us. So if we want to have any sort of chance to make the playoffs here, we have to beat Carolina right now. On the road, first period, 1-0. Dowd gets one on Mace. I don't even know who that is. Second period, 2-1. Voracek and Nathan Gerby. Third period, nope. That's it. Playoffs are out of the picture. The Flyers do crumble late. Had a chance maybe, but they go possibly 2-3 or 2-2-1 or something, or 2-3, 3-2. Whatever the case, this game against the Winnipeg Jets does not matter. So 2-1, 3-2, 5-3 as the Philadelphia Flyers lose 3 straights at the end of the year and lose chances on the playoffs. So that's unfortunate. Columbus and Carolina clinch playoff spots. Philly is on the outside looking in with a record of 40, 36, and 3. Not very good, as we do miss the playoffs. All right, so what we can do is take a look at team stats for the year, see how the Flyers finished. Yep, 4 points out of a playoff spot. I guess Columbus got the wild card spot too. Yes, they did. At 90 points. It was enough to get them the wild card spot. We finished with 86, not great. But let's take a look at the entire league here, see how the Flyers matched up on all the other team's goals for per game. I feel like our goal scoring, yeah, 2.4, not great. 2.4 is not great. Goals against, where's the Flyers' goals against at? Probably somewhere in the middle here. And it's still kind of near the bottom, 2.5. They were doing very, very well early on in the year, but then just really fell off. All right, power play. Power play. Power play was near the top of the league, 18%, which is good for the power play. And then the penalty kill was at a 85%. So our power play and penalty kill were pretty good. It's just that we had the exact same home and away record, 20-18-3, 5-5 in the last 10, yeah. This team just could not get hot at the right times. Could not get hot at the right time, and it seems like our top line really struggled at the end of the year as well. Alright, so let's check out the forward core here for the offense. Only 67 points for Voracek, 66 for Giroux. They really fell off at the end of the year. Simmons with 48, Shen with 35, Marleau with 34. I don't know how many points he had. Yeah, he had 25 coming in, so he got about 10 points only on our team in the last couple games, so not really too great there for Marleau. Couturier 34, Gagne with 31, Reed with 29, Lawton with 26, Ryan White with 21, McMillan with 18, Cousins had 11 points in 41 games played, McDonald down to a 78, Bourneval's up to an 81, which is nice. Defenseman, Straight with 52 points. He had a really great year. If this was his final year, he had a good year, 52 points. Delzato 28, Gudas 18, Medvedev 15, Luke Shen 15, and Lovejoy with 11. And then for the 10Ds, we got Steve Mason at a 2.37 goals against average, 34, 27, and 2, save percentage of 0.921. That's a good record, good goals against average. Neuvirth didn't really do great either, 2.89, 6 and 9. Save percentage wasn't really great. 1 shutout, 4 shutouts for Mace, 2 assists for Mason as well. So nothing really too great there. All right, so I think that the end of the season is done. I think once the playoff starts, I think that's when we could send Cousins back down to get on the AHL squad. So let's see. Yeah, we can hold the team meeting here. Let's go to morale. Go to morale because this locker room is not great. Let's see. Our team has been performing poorly, to be blunt about it. Yep. Yep, losing stinks, but I need you to be part of the solution, not the problem. No effect. Yep, once again, same thing with Luke. No effect. Medvedev, it hasn't been performing well. Just go with that last one. That last one always seems to have a negative effect. Hold team meeting. We are one of the 14 teams that get to watch the playoffs from the couch, but we can rebound from this. We have to learn from our mistakes and come back even better than next year. That's what we have to do. Yep. All right, AHL. Okay, AHL is doing fine. They're at 83%. I think we're good there in the AHL. So, I think we advance a day here. Once we get the NHL regular season has ended. Okay, so we can stop the simulation. And now I think if we go to roster moves, we won't have to deal with any sort of waivers. So, let's go to roster moves. Let me go to centers. Let's see if we go to centers here and we go to Nick Cousins, no waivers. Yep, you will be required to fix your lines to perform this transaction. That's fine. Cap space is 0.731. Yeah, that's fine. I don't know why that cap space is weird. Yep, go to Nick Cousins there. He's gonna lose morale for being sent down, but you're gonna be playing in the playoffs, so don't worry about it, Nick. We can just do best lines there for the NHL. So he's back up here and we can just edit up our lines. Alright, so Cousins back down there in the AHL, which is good. He can get, we can take off Kevin Gumas, and we could put Nick Cousins right there on the squad. Cousins is a little bit upset after probably getting sent down and, you know, feeling a little bit disgruntled for the team not getting to the playoffs, but he gets to play second line time next to Bourneval and Peter Straka, so I think the team should be gelling pretty well right now. It's not May yet, so none of our players are back from injury right now. Okay, so let's see. Let's see, where's he going to be at? Darryl Powell. We can take Darryl Powell off the power play. We can put Cousins back in there. Same thing for the 4-man power play. Cornell's on there. That's fine. Cornell's pretty decent. Okay, power play right there. Yep, we should be good. So Cousins gets put back into the AHL squad so we can follow them for the rest of the year. They have already clinched a playoff spot, which is nice to see. Flyers won't be having anything soon, so we can just simulate for the rest here. And then we'll take a look at the AHL squads lineup, and we'll take a look at what they're going to be dealing with here. So we end off the year in the AHL with a really good record of 47, 23, and 6. So that's a good record for the Fams. They finish off first place in their division, which is good, and 100 points on the year. Is that the best for the AHL? No, the Syracuse Crunch, actually 3 teams ahead of them. Grand Rapids, Utica, and Syracuse all got above them. But still, it's a very good year for the Lehigh Valley Phantoms to get into the playoffs at a year number 2, which I definitely expected out of this club. So, take a look at the stats for these players. Just quickly look at them. I'm not going to go, well, I think we'll do the AHL playoffs in the next video. We'll cut this one a little bit short today. So, Bomar with 61 points in 76 games, which is good. Pelujai with 53. Straka at 52, which is good. Van de Velde with 51. Daryl Powell with 44. Meyer with 37. Lier with 36. Cornell with 28. He's already up to a 77, so that's pretty good for Cornell. Bourneval with 20 in 54 games. Abe Kubel with 17. Jeff Palau's 15. Goldborn with 15. Gumas with 10 and 62. Nick Cousins had 7 points in the 14 games that he was down here for. He played like 3 at the end there. Hextall with 2. Alderson with no points in 2 games. That's fine. Defensemen, looking for these guys. Shane Gostisbehere with 46. Travis Sanheim with 33. He's up to an 82 overall. My goodness, he's ready for next year. Robert Hagg, 82 overall. He'll be ready for next year. Brandon Manning with 24, Morin with 14, Alt with 13, and Adam Comrie with 4 and 24. Attendees, how did Stoli and Tomac do? All right, so Matej Tomac with 25 games played, 2.46, 15 and 6 and 1 with a .907 with 1 shutout. That's not bad. And Stolarz, 54 games played with 2.31, 32, 18 and 3, .918 and 3 shutouts for Stoli. He's up to a 76, and Matej Tomac is up to a 72. All right, so Lehigh Valley Phantoms are looking pretty nice going into the playoffs here. We'll keep the injuries on for the playoffs and such, but let's see who our first round opponent is going to be. And it is going to be up against the Springfield Falcons, which I believe is the AHL squad for the Columbus Blue Jackets. So we're going to be going up against them in the first round of the playoffs next video. So, fortunately, the Flyers are out of the playoffs, but we can... Well, they're not out of the playoffs. They didn't even make the playoffs. But fortunately, we can watch the guys like Travis Sanheim and Robert Hagg, the stud defenseman of the Lehigh Valley Phantoms, go forth in the playoffs. They had a very good regular season, and so we can see how far they can go in the AHL playoffs. And we'll cover that squad next time around. So, thanks for watching, guys. If you did enjoy, leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. As always, we'll take the AHL Lehigh Valley Phantoms to the playoffs in year number 2 next time, and we'll see how far they go. So, we'll see you guys next time.